Good day sa lahat. Today we will talk about human rights. In 1948, the United Nations new Human Rights Commission adopted on December 10, 1948 the 30 Articles of Human Rights. Ito po ang human rights ay adopted sa lahat ng mga member nations of the United Nations. Bisa lang doon sa mga diktador na ayaw din nilang i-acknowledge. But let us revisit the articles na naging known as the Articles of Human Rights. Ulitin ko, on December 10, 1948, it was adopted by the United Nations. Sabi nga, ang doon sa preamble, the declaration unequivocally proclaims the inherent rights of all human beings. Disregard and contempt for human rights have resulted in barbarous acts which have outraged the conscience of mankind. And the advent of a world in which human beings shall enjoy freedom of speech and belief and freedom from fear and want has been proclaimed as the highest aspiration of the common people. All human beings are born free and equal in dignity and rights. Yun ang una. Diba? So, I am quoting Patrick Henry when he delivered his speech in the struggle of the United States. Give me liberty or give me death. So, ang usapin natin ngayon ay doon nakasintro sa Articles of Human Rights. So, una, ang meaning ng human rights. Sabi natin, human rights are inherent of all human beings, regardless of race, sex, nationality, ethnicity, language, religion, or any other status. It includes the right to life and liberty, freedom from slavery and torture, freedom of opinion and expression, the right to work and education, and many more. There are 30 articles of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. The first article is, we are all born free and equal. We have our own thoughts and ideas. We should all be treated in the same way. Ito, nabasa ko ito sa United Nations. Yung free nila na discussion about human rights. And I am re-echoing it dito sa ating usapin. Sa lahat ng aking itiap, sa lahat na reviewer and reviewees, because let us revisit human rights. So, unang-una, we are all born free and equal. Second article, we don't discriminate. This right belongs to everybody, whatever our differences. Kahit ba nagkaiba ang ating pananaw sa buhay, hindi pwedeng mag-discriminate tayo. That is Article 2. We don't discriminate. So, ang pangatlo diyan, no? The right to life. We all have the right to life and live in freedom and safety. Diba? Una, we are born free and equal. We don't discriminate, and the right to life. Ito ay isang usapin na dapat nating isipin. Sa isang democratic form of government, this right to life shall at all times be respected. Diba? Karapatan mong mabuhay. Karapatan mo sa buhay mo. That you are free, that you have freedom, and to be secured. Diba? That is a right that all governments should ensure to all human beings, that you have the right to life. Article 4, no slavery, no torture. So, biro mo, hanggang ngayon, kahit ba with all the technology, marami pa rin tayong biktima, nagiging slaves, ginawang alipin. Diba? No one has any right to make us a slave. We cannot make anyone our slave. Hindi pwede. Yung iba, ang pananaw nila sa mga helper, domestic help, parang alipin. Hindi yun tama. The no slavery, Article 4 Declaration of Human Rights, shall be given meaning by us. Kasi biro mo, human being, tao ka. Ikaw mismo, you treat somebody of your being like a slave. More so, when you torture, hurting people, nobody has any right to hurt us or to torture us. Torture includes psychological torture, not only physical torture. Diba? Kaya nga hindi pwedeng gawin mo silang alipin at higit sa lahat, pasakitan mo pa, saktan mo pa. You use violence even just to get what you want from them. So no torture. Number 6, you have rights no matter where you go. I am a person just like you. I have right kung saan ako gusto. Diba? Hindi pwedeng pigilan ka. Unless, for a valid reason, like mayroon kang sakit, you are a carrier, pwede. Diba? But basic, you have that right no matter where you go. Diba? 7, we are all equal before the law. The law is the same for everyone. It must treat us fairly. Hindi pwedeng dahil wala kang pira, hindi mo ma-avail ang batas. Marami sa atin. Diba? Kaya nga yung iba, gumagamit na lang ng violence, putting the law into their hands simply because hindi nila nakuha or nakamit itong human right that we are all equal before the law. Your human rights are protected by law. We can all ask for the law to help us when we are not treated fairly. All governments, member nations of the United Nations, shall see to it that the human rights or these rights enumerated are protected by law. So dapat nga tayo magiging secure, safe, and we can get the protections coming from the state. Number 8 yun. Number 9, no unfair detainment. Nobody has the right to put us in prison without good reason and keep us there or send us away from our country. Hindi pwedeng paalisin ka o lalong i-detain ka na walang basis. No, without good reason. Dahil ba ayaw ng gobyerno or the state ayaw niya, no? That becomes a violation of Article 9 of the United Nations Declaration of Human Rights. Number 10, the right to trial. Dito, marami tayong usapin. Diba? If we are put on trial, this should be in public. The people who try us should not let anyone tell them what to do. The judges should see to it na yung batas ang sinunod. Di ba? Yung the right to trial. Hindi pwedeng, next case, you're guilty without giving the opportunity to present your evidence or your case. These are some of the rights. 10 of the 30 articles of United Nations Declaration of Rights. Human rights. So, subscribe to our channel as we discuss later the next 10 until we complete the 30 articles of the United Nations Declaration of Human Rights.